Yo, what is up guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, your source for on point and no hype reviews. We are back yet again, everybody. We are back with another fragrance review today. And yes, this backdrop is a little bit lighter, guys, because it's my day off. It's the start of my beautiful day off right here. And because I've got time, I'm gonna talk about this fragrance that I know a lot of y'all really want to find out what is up with this fragrance, what is up with the feedback, guys. And of course today I'm gonna give you guys the complete breakdown, complete lowdown on this fragrance right here. Now before I continue, please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys, okay? Liking, subscribing, and watching the ads is a great big deal to this channel, guys, especially when it comes to procuring a lot of these samples, these 2022 samples and fragrances that you guys want me to try and review. That really helps, guys, okay? So it's just a couple clicks on your end. If you've already done so, thank you so much for your support over the years. Now the fragrance that we will be talking about today is none other than Maison Francis Kurkdjian's 724. 724 by MFK is our fragrance review today, a 2022 brand spanking new release. This one really got me excited simply because it's Maison Francis Kurkdjian. It's Francis Kurkdjian, guys, okay? The guy is a freaking legend, okay? And his fragrances are pretty amazing. I mean, definitely I've reviewed a lot of the spring summer fragrances of MFK. I've reviewed the oud fragrances of MFK, and of course, let's not forget Baccarat and Grand Soir. Those are just the ultimate, the top of the top when it comes to perfumery right here, thanks to Francis Kurkdjian. And today we are going to review his latest release, and this is 724. And as you can see, this bottle right here pretty much has the same design as his spring summer releases, just with a nice blue, a royal blue outline on the sticker right there. But 724 got me highly intrigued and got me excited primarily because of the concept, guys, and I will discuss that in a few. Now the thing about 724, guys, is the feedback. So this fragrance, like just a few days or maybe a week after its release, once people actually got to try 724, this fragrance got a lot of negative reviews, a lot of negative reviews. Underwhelming, boring, it sucks, like people didn't like this perfume right here, and that made me a lot more curious as to the actual scent of this fragrance, because as you know, when it comes to perfumery, guys, the thing I've learned over the years that I've been reviewing is you can't satisfy everyone, okay? You can't make everyone happy. Even with a fragrance that maybe a good amount of people like, there's always going to be someone that's gonna not like this fragrance. And this fragrance right here, like I said, just upon the first few days or the first few weeks of its release, that's what I saw. A lot of negative feedback. So we will address that today, as well as the concept of this fragrance 724, what the scent is like. Let's go spray this thing right now. Almost finished, as you can see. I've been testing this like crazy, man. Okay guys, let's talk about Maison Francis Kurkdjian's 724, shall we? So the important part about 724 that you must know before even trying it or blind buying it is the concept of 724 right here. I think that this is the most important part of this fragrance right here. And there are fragrances that, you know, the concept really doesn't match the fragrance, or the makers really don't care about the concept, you know, really influencing the final product. But this is one of those, and I think MFK as a whole, you know, the brand is really all about the concept. Like if we look at Grand Soir was about a grand ball, a grand party, and definitely everything in that fragrance matched that concept right here. And there are some people that criticize me that say, oh, his review started at 5 minutes. Well, yeah, because I need 5 minutes of explaining the concept, because there's going to be that congruency to that concept. If you just review the fragrance without the concept, guys, I mean, it's going to be lost in, you know, a lot of confusion, and I think it's important to discuss that. And when it comes to the concept of Maison Francis Kurkdjian 724, this fragrance is an ode to New York City, guys, okay? This is an ode to New York City. Francis Kurkdjian said that himself, and New York is truly a special city. It's a special place. I mean, I go there almost every year, maybe twice a year. I went there for my birthday, and man, I had a ball. I mean, I really maxed out on what like New York had to give me right here. It's a beautiful, special place that, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if fragrances, maybe 10 years from now, they're still making New York City based concept fragrances, because I mean, it is truly, like I said, a great place. And the thing that also makes New York quite special, guys, and different as opposed to maybe that tourist lifestyle or maybe me here in California, is definitely your local New Yorkers lifestyle. Okay, that average New Yorkers lifestyle, those people that actually live in New York, not pass by and spend a bunch of money and leave. These New Yorkers, guys, have a way of doing things. And really the best way I can describe it, after visiting New York for how many years and knowing so many New Yorkers as friends, guys, is that it's really an on-the-go lifestyle. Okay, it's very on the go. It's 24/7. Everything is moving. Everything is hustling and bustling. It's hurry up. Okay, and it's a little bit different than, I would say, Californians. Okay, us Californians are a little bit more chill, and I believe my friend did share a meme of Californians versus New Yorkers ordering a bagel, and it seemed that the New Yorker was pretty impatient about it. And that's just because, man, it is an on-the-go city, okay? And if you're hustling, if you're trying to get from point A to point B, you gotta be on the go right here. And that is where the focus is of this fragrance right here. I was wondering what the heck 724 was, if it was some area code or something in New York. But basically, Maison Francis Kurkdjian basically flipped 24/7, okay, which is my brand, 24/7, all day, every day. They basically flipped it into 724 right here. So it basically means the same thing, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just flipped around into 724. It's important to know the concept of this because it will immediately reflect on the fragrance right here. And like I said, if you had no idea, if you didn't know, then maybe, you know, expectations will be quite different when it comes to spraying this fragrance. Okay, now that the concept is set aside, let's go talk about the notes of MFK 724. Now, right here in the opening, you are going to get aldehydes right here, okay? Aldehydes right here, this is a major note right here, as well as Calabrian bergamot, okay? These two notes you are going to get right here in the beginning, the aldehydes being the stronger note, the more prominent note, the note that actually bleeds into the mid, guys. And aldehydes, as you know, this note is a synthetic note that smells clean, it smells airy, it smells metallic, okay? Definitely smells metallic. You can really smell that metal that kind of represents the iron when it comes to pressed linen, guys. You are gonna smell that metallic feel when it comes to the aldehydes. Now, one thing that is important to take note of when it comes to the aldehydes right here in 724 is that these are non-bright, more on the musky side aldehydes right here. These are immediate curved notes, if you know my lingo, right here in the beginning of 724. And it's a stark difference from other aldehydic perfumes where you have aldehydes that are airy, that are mixed with brightening notes, and it feels like, you know, kind of like a heavenly type of feel. But these aldehydes are going to be more focused on your clean, your metallic, your effervescent and musky, and it's definitely an immediate curve. I mean, the feel upon spraying this, guys, was really urban. You know, it really felt like the concept that I was in, you know, a gray city right there, really surrounded by all these buildings. There's not a lot of light getting through right there. It's a gray type of environment, kind of like monotone, monochrome, and that is what the aldehydes did for me. It's clean, it's airy, but at the same time, it's also a curve, okay? It's a curve. There's that muskiness that curves it, and it does feel like, you know, a gray cloud is over you or something like that. That is what the aldehydes do right here. Now, the Calabrian bergamot, guys, maybe you're wondering if the Calabrian bergamot is a brightening agent when it comes to 724. actually it's not, guys. And bergamot, as I've told you before, bergamot usually signals something different when it's used in perfumery. It's a non-bright citrus that is placed right here in 724 to add an additional bite, an additional zing of citrus right here in the beginning to add more impact than just these gray monochrome aldehydes, because that is immediately what you will feel. And really the bergamot is the only note that'll give you like a slight zing, a slight wake up, a slight differentiator from this urban accord that's made by MFK. Now, upon spraying Maison Francis Kurkdjian's 724 and experiencing these monochrome aldehydes, the gray cloud over my head, if you will, as well as the little zing of Calabrian bergamot, I immediately understood why a lot of people really didn't like this fragrance, or what's up with the, the negative feedback. And the reason is that this opener right here is basically the antithesis of what most people expect a fragrance to be like at least for a standard like fragrance that we get. We do expect a fragrance that will be inviting, that will draw people in, maybe draw a couple compliments, make people say, wow, you smell good, you smell inviting, and it will maybe get an interaction or two out of these people around you. I mean, these are like standard things we look for in a fragrance. We want to attract our partner. We want to attract people around us with our scent. And this fragrance, like I said, is the antithesis of that totally, because it reflects that New Yorker lifestyle of on the go. I gotta go, I'm on the move. And because of that, I will say this, 724 immediately for me, and this aldehyde part is really a prominent part of 724. It is an on the go personal perfume that is actually more of the F off category. Okay, this is on the F off, don't bother me category. I'm a modern New Yorker on the move. Okay, that is the immediate first impression that I got with this fragrance right here. Because of the aldehydes and musk right there, creating that gray cloud, creating that urban feel, guys. There's no outdoorsy green feels out there. Even the bergamot just provides a little zing right there. But because of the aldehydes, guys, I mean, the metallic smells kind of reminds me of the subway, something like that. But definitely it does push this urban scenery right here, guys. And again, this won't attract a bunch of people. This won't get any compliments. But what it is it gives you that feel of a New Yorker. I think when it comes to doing your thing, hustling and bustling 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, man, I already said that in reverse like 724. I mean, you need something that's kind of clean, kind of empowering, kind of on the go. Yes, it is monotone, it is monochrome, but at the same time, guys, it really matches that kind of lifestyle. Now, right here in the mid of 724, what MFK did is basically add a mix of airy florals, okay? So these are going to be your modifiers. Again, the aldehydes do bleed into the mid, so you're still gonna get that aldehydic feel, but then these florals start mixing in, guys. And it's very, very subtle, guys. I mean, unless you're a note hacker like me, you can really smell these notes of orange blossom, jasmine, lily of the valley, and freesia. These are all, airy type of florals that sometimes are bright, but again, you've got that cloud of aldehydes right there. So basically, these are white floral modifiers to at least add a bit of freshness right in the mid. And that's basically what happens. So somewhere in the mid, like an hour later, guys, you are gonna get a fresh push of white florals right there. Orange blossom, jasmine, freesia, and lily of the valley. It's nice because it starts off with a cloud, with a zing, a very minor zing of bergamot, and then you've got fresh white florals. So kind of like in the middle of the day, if you need that energy boost like me, I drink Bang, some of y'all drink Monster. The fresh florals actually provide a slight uplifting boost right here when it comes to 724. But again, you are still going to get the aldehydes bleeding into the mid right there. Now right here, guys, on the dry down of Maison Francis Kurkdjian 724, it's kind of like the circle of life, guys, okay? So now you do have the appearance of white musk, sensual white musk, as well as the appearance of some beautiful sandalwood right here. So this is a nice ending with some beautiful sandalwood for sandalwood fans. Again, if you like clean fragrances, you're gonna get it here, as well as the sensual white musk. And the way I look at it is that this is like the end to the day. It's kind of like a clean, nice fade to black. It gets all sensual and woody. It's a fade to black right here. It signals the end of that 24/7 lifestyle right there. And then you kind of wake up the next day and do the same thing. Okay, but it's a beautiful dry down. And again, that's my interpretation right here. In my opinion, Francis Kurkdjian is a freaking artist, guys. And this fragrance, although it's not gonna be your Grand Soir or your Baccarat, I mean, this is, to me, a work of art. And why am I saying that? I'm saying that because the whole fragrance, guys, from start to finish, really does resemble that circle of life that, you know, we live in these big cities, guys. I mean, if you live in a big city, New York or LA, you know, I mean, if you live here, you know that not every morning is going to be like that beautiful, positive wake up, you know, where you're waking up and you're like, hello world, good morning, hallelujah. It's not going to be like that every day. And really for us who live in the city, a lot of us, you know, we wake up and we're like, damn, here's another day. It's another day. I mean, this is something us nurses say a lot. It's another day and we got to wake up and we got to go through it all day, every day, 24/7. I mean, here I am making a video on my day off. It's a hustle and bustle thing right there. And I think that that intro really represents, you know, smelling clean, you know, when the day begins, you know, I mean, that's the least you can do, right? When you wake up and you deal with all the hustle and bustle of your day, the least you can do is smell clean and airy and look good at least. And that is what it represents right here. And then of course the florals right there in the mid, that represents positivity in my opinion, that right here in the middle of your day, there's gonna be a little bit of positivity, a positive light. And that is what those airy florals give in my opinion. And it's a beautiful transition, guys, because really in the beginning, it's pretty much like a gray, monotone feel with the aldehydes right there, but the florals do give a beautiful boost in my opinion, a nice floral modifier. And then finally you have the ending, which really represents the end of the day. Maybe you're having a drink at your favorite New York bar, and that is where the musk, you know, really does come in. It creates that sensuality right there at the end of your day. So I think that that is what it is. It's important to know the concept of every fragrance, because if you really don't and you smell it, you know, from the counter without knowing anything about it, I think that, you know, it'll be disappointing for a lot of y'all, and you guys are gonna run to Fragrantica and hate on this fragrance. But now you know the concept of this fragrance, guys. It'll be at least a little bit better to understand when you get your sample right here from MFK. Now this fragrance to me is definitely unisex, but I would say this is more for women, guys. Okay, that's just for me because of those white florals going into that white musk and the sandalwood. I think that this was made for women, and I do think about the city girls, you know, those that just wear a simple white tee and jeans and shades, snob shades going through their day. I mean, I really think of that kind of scenario. But again, this is for everybody. I think that anybody that wants to have that urban accord that MFK says right here from this fragrance, I think you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it straight up in this fragrance. And if you like something clean, something non-offensive, definitely this is it right here. Some people have recommended this for work. I mean, yeah, that's cool. It could be for work, but I think it's more, again, for the wearer. Because usually when we go to work, one of the things we look out for is, you know, compliments, and we want other people to say that we smell good. And this one, like I said, is an F off, don't bother me type of perfume. So if you are going through a crazy work day this might be a fragrance that will accompany you in the sense that it'll remind you that that's what's going on right there, okay? So it could be for work, but then again, don't expect any compliment, don't expect any accolades from this fragrance right here. Now, performance-wise, this is pretty interesting, guys. This fragrance projects strong for only 4 hours, okay? 4 hours, and then the rest, though, is this really low-hum lingering scent that lasts a really long time, surprisingly. I thought that it would die after 4 hours, but when it comes to this low hum, musky feel, this musky smell, it does last all the way up to 8 to 9 hours, guys, okay? So total would be like 8 to 9 hours, but if we're talking about that initial blast that lasts into maybe an aura scent, an aura sillage, that would last about 4 hours, and again, 8 to 9 hours of maybe skin scent, personal skin scent, lingering scent from this fragrance right here. Now, do I recommend this fragrance, guys? I think that there is room for this fragrance in any person's collection right here, especially if you're looking for something clean and airy, aldehydic and urban. I mean, this definitely has it right here. And the one thing I will say is that this fragrance will grow on you. I mean, I absolutely believe that. As you can see, my sample is done, and in the beginning, I kind of felt for all those people saying that this was a bad fragrance. Snap judgment. I was like, oh man, no, it's like a gray cloud over me. But then as I kept wearing this fragrance right here, I got to enjoy it a lot more. I got to appreciate it a lot more. I got to pick up on those florals a lot more. And so I think that this fragrance will grow on you. So I implore you guys to test it a little bit more. Don't give it a snap judgment and eventually, you know, make a decision after that. But I think that this one right here will grow on you, and I think that it could be a part of anybody's collection right here. All right, so that is it. That is my review of Maison Francis Kurkdjian's 724, an ode to New York City and the 24/7 lifestyle. Let me know on the comments below what y'all think of this fragrance, guys. Did you guys hate it upon spraying, or did this, like me, my experience, did this grow on you guys eventually after a few more wears? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to know what you guys think of Maison Francis Kurkdjian 724. And again, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Again, liking, subscribing, it does help the channel. We are 400 subs away from 13,000, guys, and I really do thank you guys for watching all my videos. There are a bunch of MFK reviews, guys, that I've done on this channel. I will link some of them at the end of this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another interesting, another amazing fragrance review. I'll see you guys, all right? Peace. Have a good day.